So one of the things you should expect in the journey of marriage is to adjust. And sometimes adjustments are major. In our case, I think we've had the same pattern of adjustments. And our adjustment has been to how we have sort of inculcated our whole family into ministry. By virtue of the nature of the work, especially me, I have to travel a lot. And with the children and the work, ministry, and many other things, I'm mostly at meetings and all that. And my wife has to now adjust to the children and also be able to take them, adjust to my absence. So that has been a challenge, but she's been able to do it very well. And maybe you can speak a little bit into how you've done it.
Yes, it's not easy. It's difficult because of the work we have. He travels a lot, and so when he's out, I work though, and I have a work schedule that I have made my work schedule in such a way that anytime that he's not around, I'm able to work and at the same time take care of the kids. Or I'm able to call out and at the same time, take care of my kids. So I have my work schedule in such a way that I'm not working, in like fully or full time, but I'm working part time, and my boss is also aware of our work. That is the ministry, because the ministry comes first. So my boss is also aware of it. So anytime that my husband travels, I will just call my boss, hey, this, and such a sweet person. And, she will just let me take those days off so that I'll be able to hold the family together, take care of the kids, their schools and other stuff. So I think that has been the biggest adjustment that I have to make. And sometimes I just have to, stop working, just to take care of the kids because my husband is not around. It's hard. It's not easy, but you have to juggle between family, work, and other stuff because your family comes first.
And now in our current situation that we are in missions, we are not in the USA, we are in a foreign mission. You see that the biggest adjustment will be disconnecting yourself physically from your children. Emotionally, it is draining. Physically, it is hurting and all that. But you still have to, for the sake of the work, be able to adjust. Thank God that we are together. We are able to help each other throughout the process. And that has been very helpful to us. So marriage comes with several adjustments, but you have to be intentional once again. Also be faithful to the cause of the marriage and be patient enough to adjust to each other. Sometimes to your job. For those who are in the military, for example, your husband may travel all the way to a different country and you are left alone with the kids and you have to find a way to adjust. No matter what it is, your marriage should not suffer. It has to go on and work, and still the passion from the beginning must still be there. You must have time. You must have time for it. Be intimate with each other. Find time to be intimate. There's nothing spiritual about you praying, and you have to be intimate. Yeah, if you don't do certain things, you cripple. But you can pray all the tongues in the world. If you don't take care of certain things, you cripple the marriage. So be intimate.
To what you said from the beginning, involve the kids in it. If you are in ministry like us, from the beginning, let the kids know, inculcate the kids, let them know what you are doing, the nature of the work, so that in case daddy is not around, they know that daddy is not around because of A, B, C, D. In case mommy is not around, they know that mommy is not around because of this. In case daddy has to go and do something, they know the reason. So let them know, let them be part of the ministry. Do the ministry together with your kids. If daddy is going somewhere, or if we have to go and preach somewhere, we normally go with the kids. Go with them, let them know what you are doing. Sometimes I will give my script to my son David Jr. for him to read the script for me, because I just want him to be part of our ministry, to know what we are doing. So sometimes he will read the script and you'll be like, oh mommy, oh, this is good. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, mommy, I can add this, So he knows that he's adding his input and he's part of the ministry. So please bring your children on board, whatever you are doing, even if it's not ministry, but it's something else. Let your kids know what you are doing so that when someone is not in the house, it will not be a problem.
Absolutely. And talking about the kids, again, there are certain things you must intentionally, the two of you must intentionally do in front of your kids.
Yeah.
They learn. For example, we sometimes intentionally kiss in front of our kids. And then my little daughter will come and say, that is nasty. I say, what is nasty? It is not. But they enjoy their father and mother being together. At the end of the day, you are intentionally creating an environment that they will be happy and they are learning. They will do the same when they are old and they are also married. So don't hide yourself from your children. Yeah, don't hide yourself from your children. Find a way to let them know that marriage is good and it's beautiful. You love each other. You pray for each other. You trust each other. Never ever argue in front of them though. Because that one, once you do that, it goes deep into their head and they think that, oh, argument, exactly, marriage is that destructive and argument is part of it and all that. So pick the things that are necessary right in front of them. Let them mimic, let them learn. Pray together, hold hands together, take pictures together, have fun together, smile together, play games together.
Just play. Sometimes right in front of them we will be playing, and they will be like, oh, mommy and daddy, they just love it.
They are excited. They play a game and their mother is losing and everyone wants to come on their side. Want to come and support. But my daughter is always going to be on my side. She's always going to be on my side. She's always, in fact, she's always going to be on my side. So have fun as a family. You may not have everything in the world, but I'm telling you, marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a good thing.
Cherish whatever you have. Cherish the man, the woman God has given to you, the children God has given to you. Cherish them, appreciate them, appreciate your man, appreciate your wife. Let them know how much you appreciate them all the time, because that's what God has given to you.
And maybe just an advice while coming. Understand that marriage is a lifelong thing. For us as Christians, we don't enter into marriage to test or to taste and get out. It is not a tasting job where you just pick a piece of it and then if it is not nice, you just get out. I've already said that marriage is also not like an Amazon Prime thing where you quickly want to get some. So it takes time. It takes prayer. So calm yourself. If you're finding that things are delaying a little bit, it's not because you are not going to have a spouse. It is because the right one that will fit your temperament, that will fit your life, your goals for life, has not been fully put together for you. So keep praying and calm yourself. Keep trusting. Don't just take anyone just anyhow because you are desperate to marry this year. Don't give yourself those deadlines. Sometimes they don't work. So pray and calm yourself. And don't also live on an island. Mingle with friends. Because by all means, the people that you are mingling with, one of them will be the one that God prepared for.
Yes, it's true. And you see my fingers, they are not the same, right? Yeah, so this year, Akosia will be marrying this year. Next year, Kweku, the following year might be your turn. So no pressure, especially our young ones. Don't put pressure on yourself because your friend is getting married this year and looking at yourself, you think age is catching up on you. Oh, I'm 30. Oh, look at my friend Akosia. Akosia is just 26 and look, Akosia is getting married and I'm almost 30 years, and it's like not even a proposer or not even someone to come forward, and that pressure. And sometimes from our families. When are you getting married? When are you going to get married? You don't have to put pressure on yourself. Please, just wait patiently on God, because God is preparing someone for you. That person is for you. So please wait on him, and definitely God will bring someone on your way. Prayer is very, very important.
Very, very important. I cannot end this without also saying this, especially, but we're going to have a talk on weddings, but never overspend money on weddings. Don't overspend to sort of let people be happy. You don't want to, sort of cause a comparison between you and others. Don't use all your life savings. Don't use any of that. A wedding is only a ceremony. Look for something. Look beyond the wedding. Don't overspend. Don't just work all your life just for a day ceremony. It is imprudent. And I pray to God that you have the wisdom to save for the future. Once you are married, the day you get into your home and the kids come in and the other things, those things are the crucial part of the marriage, not the ceremony. A one-day ceremony. Usually it's actually 2-hour ceremony. In some cases, 1.5 hours. So don't impress anyone. Don't be thinking of impressing anyone. The generation that we live in is a generation that wants to impress people. And that is a backward thinking. If you're a child of God, trust that God's hand is on you. And you have nothing to impress anyone of. And so people spend thousands of dollars, thousands of naira, thousands of cedis, thousands of this, just for a day ceremony. Don't empty your coffers, because in the end it is going to bring some battles between you and your spouse, and you'll be fighting over money. Don't borrow to be able to satisfy people's curiosity on a wedding day. No, make sure that you are simple. Have a simplified, moderate life, moderate ceremony. We had our wedding on a Sunday. We had it on a Sunday. We told our pastor at that time, but I had come from Europe. I was on scholarship, so there was money in my hands. But you see, wisdom told me not to spend all that money, to let people come and eat and drink. So we told pastor, we want to just put our wedding on a Sunday, part of the Sunday service. And it was well attended. People came from everywhere. And here we are, 17 years later. Who remembers that we did it on Sunday? We are enjoying. So be wise. Yeah, be wise and don't just spend. Be moderate. Yeah.
You come home crying with your husband.
What advice would you give to the young ladies? Pressure on their guys just because they are trying to make up
the same thing. Yes, it's true. And for some reason, we've been seeing a lot of them coming up. I want Akosia's wedding. How Akosia's wedding was done, I want the same thing. And a lot of young ladies, they've been putting pressure on the young men, and it's very, very bad, because some of them, they don't have the money. The type of wedding you are asking for, they don't have that kind of money for the wedding. And because of that, as a result of that, some of them pull out because they don't have the money. Some of them will just come and tell you that, oh, wait. It's not like, oh, wait. They've pulled out because they don't have the money. So please, don't put pressure on them. The most important thing is that you found someone in the presence of God who is ready to marry you. That is all that you need. If there is no money, go to pastor's house and let your pastor bless the marriage for you. If you have money, don't overdo things. Cut your coat according to your size. The marriage is not for Akosia, it's not for anybody, but it's for you and your husband. At the end of the day, we will all come and say, oh, you've done well. Oh, look at this beautiful marriage and all kinds of things. But at the end of the day, guess what? It is you and your husband. We will close the door behind you. And all of us, witnesses, we will go to our various homes. So please, cut your coat according to your size. Don't overdo things, please.
I have a little advice also for the men, the young men. Young men, be bold. Okay, be bold. Be bold.
Take up the
If you are,
profile.
if you are going to win a battle, you must be ready to go forward. And so you've seen a lady, you feel like something good can come out of the union. You prayed, your heart is there, your heart is moving, and all that. Don't just sit down and let some fear grip you, thinking that if I say to her and I ask her of anything, she will turn me down. You will not be the first person to be turned down in case that were to happen. But you never know. She might have also been praying and hoping that you come forward. So be bold, go forward, but keep the timing right. If she just failed her exam and she's under stress, don't go and propose to her. You don't have to know that you and the exam, you are going on the same direction. So be careful of the timing also. Look for the appropriate timing and prepare. When you are speaking with a lady, don't go around all over the place. Let her know what you are talking about. Be clear. Women want clarity. They don't live in this nebulous world where she has to find a way to get no. Women want clarity. So be clear with her. If it is just relationship you are looking for, let her know it. If it is just friendship, but if it is marriage, you have to also let her know. And don't be all over the place. This person knows you are thinking about me. That person knows you are thinking about this person knows you are thinking. By the time you realize you have lost all of them, don't create that bad imagery around you. Be specific. Know what you want. Pray about it. Let the Lord guide and lead your heart. And if it is from Him, put wisdom together, put knowledge together, put yourself together, and be able to convince the lady that she's the one that the Lord has prepared. If she says, give me some time, please don't rush her. Take your time. In my case, I took 6 months, and here I am. Take your hand. So, and anytime I went to church and I saw her, and I was hiding my face, is she coming to tell me no or what? Even though I was a church leader, I was still afraid. Because the key was now in the hands of the lady. She's the one who determined whether things are hard. Even when, and let me just say this, even when a lady turns you down, it is not the end. For some of them, they want to know whether you are still going to pursue. So don't begin to delete her name from your Facebook account, delete her number, and block her on WhatsApp. If you block her, maybe the answer is not coming from phone call. It is coming through WhatsApp. But now you have blocked her. How would you get the answer? So be a man, Calm yourself, be a man and be matured. The way you deal with the women.
It is true. Even if the lady turns you down and you know deep within your heart that is your woman, deep within your heart, you have that settled heart, that is your woman. You have to gather strength, go back. It might be that the timing was not right. You went, at the wrong time. So you have to gather strength, be bold, go back again, and do the needful. Who knows that at that time the door will be open for you.
Ladies, there is never a perfect man. Sometimes be a little merciful. God is merciful. You were created in the image of God. Every man comes and you are turning them down. There's always going to be this person that God has prepared. So how would you know if it is this gentleman? If you are only looking at, and this is an advice to all ladies, if you are only looking at present day condition of people, you turn everyone around. But you see, the Bible says that eyes have not seen, nor ears heard, nor has it entered into the heart of man what God has planned for those who love Him. And I always say that as long as a man is in the presence of God, they will never be alone. God will always prosper them. Their future is always intact. So don't look at somebody's condition now. He doesn't have a bicycle. He's taking a bus. And so you think that is the end of the matter. No. And next short period of time, you see that God might have changed them. And so please don't discount people easily. Give people time. If your heart, lady, if your heart is in it and you see that this gentleman has something that he can bring into my heart, give me a chance. Don't always look at the one that has everything, but you are still afraid that he might not be the one. Please let the Lord lead you. but be a human being. Be calm. Allow people to process their lives. Everyone is in a different phase of their life. The future is unknown. So be part of the story that goes to the future. So give the people a second chance, give them a third chance, give them a chance to be able to be part of your life, to know what God has planned for you.
And that reminds me of what happened to Jacob in Genesis 29, when Jacob wanted to marry Rachel. Yeah, and he was given Leah. You know, it's kind of interesting that Jacob named his own prize. Yes, and when he was given Leah, he went back to his uncle Laban, and he was asking his uncle why Leah, not Rachel, because he asked for Rachel, and his uncle told him that for the custom of the land, it is not good to give the younger, right, the youngest first. The older one has to marry first. So this is for all of us, that sometimes we rush because of love. When we see the person, we love the person, we will never ask questions about the person. We will never even go out and find out what is going on with that person, who that person is. Sometimes because of love, we normally forget about what we have to do, and we just rush in and just go and marry the person. You have to ask questions. I know and I believe that if Jacob were to ask his uncle, what is the custom of the land, probably his uncle might have told him that, Jacob, you can't marry Rachel, because it is the custom of the land to marry the older one first before the younger one comes. But he did not ask his uncle. He wasted time. He did not even ask the elders on the land. He did not ask anybody, but he went straight, naming his own price, and asking that, oh, I want to marry Rachel. So please ask questions. Wait, find out what is going on. If you see any red flag, please don't overlook. Sit down and also ask what is going on with the person. And I know that before you get to the altar, you have already done the necessary things that you have to do before you take the person to the altar. Other than that, it will be like, oh, it was Rachel I was looking for, but look at me now. Now I got Leah. You don't want to do that in marriage.
It's an important element in our discussion. Wasting time, and several people have wasted years thinking that this is what is going to happen, but in actual sense, the other person is thinking this is it. And so you don't have the time on your side to waste. You don't have your time to be in a long relationship if you know it is not going to end in anything. Don't waste time. Ask the necessary questions. Know what you are into. Know what direction we are going. If a man tells you to come and drive with me on the road, because marriage is a journey. If he comes and says that we are driving with me, I want to find out from him, where are we going? What are we going to do over there? That I should bring my life and drive with you. At the end of the day, you are responsible for the decisions you make. So ask questions. Don't be in a long relationship, and don't marry to satisfy your parents' curiosity or satisfy their expectations. It is you that is marrying. So take your interest into account. Don't marry because you feel sympathetic to a certain guy.
Yeah.
Or if I don't marry him, he's gonna be shy and all that. I want you to be able to get to that point. So we are giving all of this so that you'll be able to be guided in our choice of marriage. I pray to God that the wisdom of God will guide you. The Spirit of God will lead you. And just as He has done for many, including us, God Himself will be your portion, guide and protect you, clear things out for you, speak directly to you, convince your heart, and make you enjoy fruitfulness in marriage. No matter what state you find yourself, what condition, what phase of your life that you are in now, may God be in there and help you through every hurdle that you find. I pray that your joy shall even be more than our joy. 17 years, but we thank God for the joy. Yours can be even better than ours. May the Lord bless, equip, and be fruitful to you. In Jesus' name, amen.